Nice Blast. No, he's not level 6 yet, but it looks like Vengeful Spirit does get Malefist, and Vigoss is just gonna get the last hit with the double damage rune, but PGG managed to pick up that. So, good play by the Mascot 5 team. Meanwhile, God picks up another kill. I can't keep track of what's happening, man. Too much action's happening. The tower's being pushed. Everything's happening right now. And God, although it doesn't have the creep kills of the Venator, already has 3 hero kills, and that will go a long way. You can see he picked up a Wraith Band. He's going for a mid-game build, get a lot of early stats, make his damage as high as possible. Get that backstab up to high levels, because Wraith Bands do give you the most cost-effective damage in the game, pretty much, if you're an agility hero. So good choice by God. If he was going for the late game, he might be going for a Diffusal Blade or a Mantis style, which are very good on Ricky. But since they're going for an early game squad, he needs a bit of HP and a bit more damage, and a bit of attack speed, all which Rage Bands can provide. Meanwhile, the Sentinel pitched a tower with Furion and Omni Knight, and those auras in the heals can just wipe out a creep wave along with Furion summons. So good play by the Sentinel. Meanwhile, Ice Blast is going to head up towards top, but it's not going to hit anything. Nope, not going to hit anything. And looks like Enigma PGG is going to farm a Vanguard. Now, normally Vanguard is frowned upon by Enigmas. I remember Puppy actually going Vanguard quite often when he played Enigma. And I think Vanguard, when you're playing for the mid game, is pretty good on Enigma, because Enigma needs to get tank. He can't afford to wait for BKB or set up Blink Dagger ultimates. You need to be able to survive, because all your damage is primarily going to be how long you can survive the fight, not according to how much damage you can deal out. So in this case, I like Vanguard and Enigma, and he has the Soul Ring to spam his Eidolons. Meanwhile, let's check out what Vigoss is farming. Looks like Vigoss picked up a Bracer, probably going to go for a Jangle, give his team a lot more stats, movement speed, attack speed, and when they pop a charge, they just do a lot more damage. Meanwhile, Venomancer comes in, and Omni Knight gets a nice degen aura followed by a slow, and Vigoss does fall. And wow, a nice blast by the NS, and the pop on Vigoss's ultimate, the Ice Blast Shatter, still came into effect, so Vengeful Spirit had to be a little bit more careful, but NS managed to get a nice snipe off with that, and it looks like a Black Hole is going to catch the Void. Repel is not affected by Black Hole nor Roar. Meanwhile, the NS picks off the Purple, who is... I can't even remember at this point. It looks... Meanwhile, the Void is getting healed and repelled by the Omni Knight, but he does have to back away. He can't do nearly enough damage. Picked up an early hand of Minus. I don't really like that in this case, because Minus is an investment. You need to pick it up if you're going for later games. And although he was getting ridiculous amounts of early farm, meanwhile, Omni Knight manages to walk in. Ice Blast throw down by Vigoss, and God manages to pick up the last hit. Very well done. And looks like God is going to go for that Diffusal Blade, but anyway. Looks like... Oh! Nice magic missile by the Vengeful Spirit, and the Venomancer drops out in his ultimate. Looks like NS will die. NS does die. He can't TP out, and PG's in a lot of trouble. Let's see if he's gonna die. Yeah, he's gonna die to the Furion, so well done by the Furion. Well done by the Sentinel team, but meanwhile, God cannot be stopped. He's picking up kills left and right. They don't have an answer for this Furion. They have some smoke, but some axes, and Dread manages to pick up a kill on the Furion. Venomancer comes back in with so low HP and immediately gets hit by the God, and God is just tearing it up, kills that Vengeful Spirit after Omni Knight kills the Beastmaster, and so much is happening. I'm just starting all over the place, and Vigoss slows on Ice Blast, but it doesn't matter because God gets an Ultra kill. This is going to get Ricky ridiculous amounts of early game gold, probably going to finish his Diffusal, get him so much money, and... wow, a lot of shit is happening. 22 kills in 11 minutes, and this is the sort of aggressive balls-to-the-wall game plan that we are expecting from this new M5 team, and they are not disappointing. So, sorry I'm starting a little bit. I'm going to take a little drink of water, trying to calm my frazzled nerves. So, anyway, back to a point that I was trying to make. Why have we been seeing Rikamaru in the pro scene? I remember in 5.58 to 0.59 to 0.60 scene, he was picked because his backstab was changed to magical damage, which is quite a strong buff. But now it's changed back to physical damage, and ever since then he has stopped being picked. And it's a little bit of a shame because Rikamaru is a strong hero, and he also presents a lot of other heroes that can be picked to counter him, like a Slardar or a Gondar. So I think Rikamaru in the pool will just be a very nice change for the Dota scene, allow a lot more hero combinations to be picked up. Let's see. Looks like PGG is just trying to do some hating on the jungle, try to get farm. And let's just talk about, looks like Beastmaster picked up the gem Chinese style boots, Urn, Stout Shield, and Gem. Luminous would approve of this choice, and they're going to counterward. They're going to try to suffocate the life out of this Sentinel team, out of the Mistral team, prevent all the map vision, prevent Void from farming anywhere on the map without an Omninet with a Repel or a Purification, and stealing a lot of the experience. And this is why I don't like the early hand of Midas on Void. It's clear that when you saw the M5 team go for pretty much a wave 1 push on the mid tower, you could expect that M5's plan was, alright, we're going to end this fast. We have Creeper of the Light, we have Ancient Apparition, Enigma, extremely strong mid-game heroes who don't get too much stronger. We do have a Riki who scales pretty well, but that's pretty much our backup. And so what Void needed to do was pick up a mid-game item. And Midas is an item that can be pretty useful, give you a lot of gold when you're not farming too well. And he was getting ridiculous amounts of farm early on. He had something like 40 creep kills within the first 6 or 7 minutes. So that's the normal time frame that you want to pick up with Midas. But you can use that gold, 1900 gold, and you're just delaying your mid-game. You're delaying that survivability item that can help you survive that mid-game team fight that M5 are clearly going to look for. Or it can give you a little bit more damage to kill the person in Chronosphere, as the M5 team are tanking up. And we do see PGG hasn't picked up any items recently, and looks like Omni Knight and Void and all of them are TPing back in. Furion TP's in on the Vigoss, but Vigoss does a nice job eating a tree. Drops an Ice Blast, Dread drops an Ice, drops a Roar on the Omni Knight, and a lot of damage is going down. PGG gets an uninterrupted black hole for 4 seconds, and God is godlike. How appropriate. Chronosphere does reveal it, Riki, though, and the Void does manage to pick up the last hit on the Riki, getting himself a lot of gold in the godlike. And looks like Void is trying to do cleanup duty, but oh, NS is going to TP out. Oh, NS does not TP out. He gets the last hit, so well done by the Void, getting a double kill, ending that Riki's godlike streak, and that's going to give him huge amounts of farm, and give him that item. You'd get that item that he'd get if he hadn't picked up the Midas anyway. But that Wild Axis does go through Repel, and Void just uses Time Lock. Might be a fatal mistake by the Void, and Dread manages to get the last hit. So I don't really know what the Void was doing. He Time Locked in on 3 heroes, wasting his only escape spell, and he was on pretty much 1/3 HP, and he time locked into 3 and just got owned. So a little bit of over-aggression by the Void, feeling a little too confident, and looks like the Mistral team will pay with their tier 2 tower. So, wow, a lot of actions happening already. Dread is going to go for that Vanguard, give him a little bit of insurance for that gem. Get him a little bit tankier, he won't drop that gem. And Vigoss still hasn't picked up that Django. PGG hasn't picked up his Vanguard. Let's see what Furion's going. Furion's going for Necro Look. I'm not too sure if I like Necro Book too much in anti-push. I mean, it's really strong in pushing. It gives you a lot of auras. It gives you some much-needed DPS with the mana burn, with how much damage the summons do. But in anti-pushing, you can just sort of stall, wait for your next creep wave, and then push it on that. So Furion's doing the smart thing, which is to send some scouting trees in. They see the Roshan. Looks like they want to try to jack it. They get the smoke up, but it looks like the M5 team, no, they're not going to get it right in time. Looks NS is going to pop out and illuminate, scaring out the other team. And looks like God manages to pick off the Aegis. He does have a Diffusal Blade, and that's what a gem can do on the Beastmaster. You can just sort of, you can't really tell what the appropriate time is to go in, because Beastmaster with the Hawk, with the Enigma summons, and with the gem shutting down all vision of the wards anywhere on the map, especially this early when nobody can kill him at this point, except for some if he's cut off alone. So Beastmaster, such an important hero in terms of map control. Looks like M5 are like, alright, we want to end this. It's been 16 minutes too long. We want to end this game in the first minute, so we'll take a victory in 20 minutes, but we're not going to really expect to go on for much longer past that. So M5 are going to push in, and then we picked up the Arcane Boots and the Vanguard. So this tower is going to be short work with the Eidolons, with the summons. NS has the Arcane Boots eventually going to transition to Mechanism, and Dread is just going to use his tankiness to run in, throw some axes. Let's check out God. Let's see, did Vigoss? No, Vigoss never finished that Vanguard. Looks like he went for some phase boots, or he's been dying a couple of times. So I can excuse him for not having the best gold. I can't really check creep stats because too much is happening, man. PGG just walks and throws down a black hole, immediately gets cancelled by the Vengeful Spirit, and a Chronosphere catching 3 heroes. Nice Chronosphere, well done. 2 heroes die, and Dread manages to just roar the Omni Knight, but 2 heroes have already died with the Rikimaru. This is his time to shine. He has his Diffusal Blade, and he does get stunned for a bit. And although 2 heroes did die, both of them bought back, so not too good. Not too good for the Sentinel team at this point, although their heroes will revive quite quickly because they are so low leveled. But I think the important thing to notice is that the Rikimaru, where is he? I can't even see him. He's just being too sneaky, man. Too sneaky. He still has his... Oh, no, he died, so he doesn't have the Aegis, so he can't go as balls deep as he wanted to in the earlier fights. But they did get their Tier 3 tower. Fuck's sake. Why can't I not speak? It's a little late, I'm a little tired, and I'm looking forward to a concert that I'm going to go to in a couple of days, but let's watch this M5 team, one of my favorite teams, and I'm going to stop the creep wave with an Ice Blast. I'm going to expect M5 to heal up, get a little bit of spells. Vigoss has been dying, but he does have 1800 gold. PGG, a little bit of a questionable black hole on that last team fight. I mean, he just walked in without any prior initiation, tried to throw down a black hole, tried to catch the Venge or anybody, and he immediately got stunned by the Vengeful Spirit. Set up the Void ultimate, catching 3 heroes, but M5 being so tanky, having so much tower gold, getting enough items, and having enough money to buy back, was able to press their advantage and push to get the tower, but the revival spawn time on the Sentinel team was too insignificant for M5 to push for the Raxes, and a couple of their heroes had died, and they did buy back, but it would have taken them a little while to walk down. Looks like M5 are ready to go with another push, and looks like they were waiting for NS's Mechanism, so a nice timing push by M5 team, waiting for a key item, and Mechanism will actually be quite helpful in this early game setting. Looks like Beast Wrestler is getting tankier, gonna pick up that Chainmail, get him a little bit of armor, may get a Blade Mail to help tank even more. And meanwhile, look at what M5's doing. I thought Enigma and Vigoss were just eating the trees with tangos, but it looks like they... I mean, Enigma has picked up a Quelling Blade. This is a pretty smart thing to do when you're against a Furion. Although, yeah, we'll have tangos in the early game. In the late game, Furion's 4-second time walk. Meanwhile, Void is jumping in on Dread, doing a lot of damage to Dread right off the bat, and Dread is so tanky. Ice Blast, Midnight Pulse is just doing a lot of magical damage, and Dread is not going to die. Dread tanked down so much damage. Meanwhile, Furion was going in through the backside to get Vigoss, but couldn't pick him off. I mean, they get a kill on the Furion, but meanwhile, Ricky was diving a little bit too aggressively, gets killed by the Venomancer. So Void picked up a Yasha. Now, that'll give him a lot more damage, but I think Void needs to be tanky, he needs to be in the battle a lot longer in order to be truly effective. So, pick up Quelling Blades when you're fighting against Furion late game, if you have a free item slot, when you most likely might not, but you won't regret it. That 3.5 to 5 second disable is quite annoying when you can't get out of the fucking trees. Meanwhile, the M5 team are going to push for the high ground, but it's being defended quite successfully. I'm a little bit surprised that